It's giveaway time! Are you guys interested in winning a Washington football jersey, player of your choice, and some Washington football kicks? Well, you came to the right spot. Juan Gotti is teaming up with Washington Football on Instagram to host a big giveaway. How do I enter this giveaway? All you have to do is follow the instructions that they imply on their Instagram page. Link is in the description. They will be picking a winner during halftime of the Philadelphia Eagles game. Trust me, you guys don't want to miss this offer. A free Washington football jersey that will be vintage and worth a lot of money someday, considering the fact that this won't be our permanent name. So don't miss out on this offer, guys. Trust me, and tell Washington Football that I sent you guys. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another video, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 possible offensive players that could possibly break out in 2020 for the Washington football team. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, in this case, our Washington football team. And let's get straight into today's video. But first, you already know what I got to say. Make sure you guys go down below and enter the giveaway that we will be hosting on Washington Football's Instagram page that they are hosting, and make sure you guys enter. It's free, and you have a chance to win a free jersey of your choice and some shoes. So it's no reason why you shouldn't enter. The link will be in the description, so make sure you guys go enter that giveaway. And without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So 3 players. It was hard for me. At first I was gonna say which player was gonna break out, but then again I was like, picking one player is hard for me. Honestly, it really is. So I had to pick 3 offensive players, then we'll do 3 defensive players, possibly even more. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much young talent on this team, I couldn't just narrow it down to one. So without further ado, let's get straight to this list. So number 1 on this list is obviously Dwayne Haskins. We obviously believe that Dwayne Haskins is going to have a breakout year in 2020. I personally believe that he's going to have a breakout year. Me, realistically, I'm saying he's going to throw around 25 to 30 touchdowns. But me, with my biased take and saying that he's going to win MVP, 40 touchdowns and maybe 7 on the ground rushing. Now that he dropped 216, I think it is now, 216 pounds. He lost somewhere between 10 to 15 pounds, and he is looking lean and skinny and just in the best shape ever that we've seen Dwayne. I really believe, all jokes aside, that he will be a top 10 quarterback within 3 years. I really believe that Dwayne Haskins is really ready, and he's finally matured. Last year when we first got him, he kind of was in a hot head kind of way, not a bad way, but also not a good way. He came in and was like, I'm a top pick, you know, I'm that stuff. And he probably looked at the quarterback competition and said, well, I have Case Keenum and Cole McCoy. They're not going to be hard to beat out. But quickly was he level-headed, and quickly was he stern to the NFL way of going about things. He quickly was, you know, I would say probably, he was quickly brought back to life, and he brought back to, you know, being, I'm a rookie and I still have to earn my stripes quickly. That is easily said because he wasn't the starter to open the season last year. We know how everything went last year. I don't really like talking about it even anymore because it's like it's over, but we know Jay Gruden did not want Dwayne Haskins to start with. He wanted another quarterback. People like to say that he wanted Daniel Jones. We don't know that he possibly could have wanted Drew Lock, but we know for sure that he didn't want Dwayne Haskins, and it was a Daniel Snyder pick, so he got Dwayne Haskins, and he didn't do anything to help Dwayne Haskins be successful. He was too worried about keeping his job because he was on the hot seat, so he didn't have time to develop a young quarterback, which now looking at it, I mean, I guess you would say is still bad, but I mean, when you're trying to keep your job, you're going to do whatever it takes. So he possibly thought that Case Keenum would have been the best option, so he really did not want Dwayne Haskins. So that's kind of clear, and we got that out the way. So then Dwayne Haskins, he was just thrown into the fire last year, and a lot of people were just saying that he's a bust and just saying that he's not good. You know what I'm saying? But if your quarterback was thrown in the same predicament that he was thrown in, then you will understand. 3 different coaches. 3 different schemes. Now he's coming into his second year, learning his third offense in 2 years. So it's just like you got to give this guy a fair chance to learn his offense and give him a whole season to see how he plays. You know what I'm saying? And then if he has everything surrounding him, talent-wise, coaching-wise, and he still goes out and play horrible, then you can say that it's the quarterback and he's just not good. Then I'll say that. But until then, I really believe that Dwayne Haskins is really a talented quarterback, and now that he's matured and level-headed, we will see that this year. I honestly believe that he will win MVP. I know a lot of people call me crazy, but you know my catchphrase? I don't even think it's 9 months anymore. I think it's like 5 months until NFL honors. But when he brings home the MVP trophy this year, don't look at me like, don't look at me and try to come down and be like, you was right. I know I'm right. Dwayne Haskins will be a star in this league, and I'm glad he's on my football team because Dwayne Haskins is just another level talent that he's finally now going to be able to see. Now that we're in the Air Coryell offense, an offense that fits his scheme and is not as complicated as the previous offense, we will see a better Dwayne Haskins. Him comprehending plays. His biggest thing last year was his feet work and him being able to read defenses. He's been working on that all offseason, and continuing to work on that in training camp will only make it better. Having Ron Rivera by your side, having Scott Turner by your side is just going to make it better. Having Ken Zampese by your side is going to make it better. Look what he did with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, his rookie year, came in, he's 7-9. I know that's not good, but the Browns were 7-9 and they had a rough start to the season. But once they put Baker Mayfield in, look what they did, almost to the playoffs. I really believe that if they would have kept Greg Williams, they would have been in the playoffs this past year. But they went with Freddie Kitchens for whatever reason. Ken Zampese is going to get Dwayne Haskins right, and I promise you that for sure. Ken Zampese is the man, and he knows what to do with young quarterbacks. That's why he loves to work with young quarterbacks. Look what he did with Baker Mayfield once again. And I know Baker Mayfield isn't in the best situation, but you got to give the guy a break too. Look at his offensive line. So now that he has a great offensive line and Jack Conklin right tackle, and I think it's Tristan Wirfs or Jedrick Wills. I think it's Jedrick Wills for the Browns. Jedrick Wills, I could be mistaken, one of them. And now they have a great offensive line, and now they have that great offense in Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, David Njoku, Austin Hooper, and I think they got another tight end in the draft too. They're loaded. So we'll probably see a different Browns team now that they have Kevin Stefanski at the helm, an offensive guru that was in Minnesota last year. So I'm saying that all to say this, that Ken Zampese is really going to get Dwayne Haskins right, and I believe that Dwayne Haskins is going to be the first breakout player on this list, and I believe that he's going to win MVP in 2020. Like if you believe so down below. So without further ado, let's get straight into the second player. The second player that I have on my list is Steven Sims. I believe that Steven Sims is going to be a breakout player in 2020. I feel as though that he's going to establish himself as being an elite slot receiver in 2020. It's not that many, just slot receivers left in this league anymore. I think Julian Edelman could probably be the last specific slot receiver. I mean, I guess you got Tyreek Hill, but then again, you move him all over the place. He can play outside, then he can play slot. So I mean, I guess we would say he'll I would say possibly pronounce himself as a good wide receiver, but I was really leaning more towards establishing himself as a pure slot and elite slot receiver. But I guess I would say establishing himself as the other receiver alongside Terry McLaurin as far as being the second best receiver on his roster. I'm not saying that AGG isn't going to be, but I'm talking about as far as a playmaker goes. So I believe that Steven Sims, he's building off his last year's season, man. Honestly, he came in undrafted. We didn't know what we was getting out of him, but then we put him back there in the kick return game, and we seen how good he was in the kick return game. Then late in the season, he came along very well in the slot receiving and just the receiving game also. So it's just like I really believe it's something special in Steven Sims, and if he can get somewhere around 600 to 800 yards this season, a couple touchdowns, that is a great season for a slot receiver and a guy like Steven Sims. A lot of people may think that's a little underwhelming for him, but I'm just going to be realistic here. 800 yards and a couple touchdowns is really good considering the fact that you're not the number one weapon. Steven Sims will have a breakout season. He'll continue to build off of that last season, and a lot of people don't remember that he was undrafted. He was undrafted out of Kansas, and we got him. We were lucky we're getting Steven Sims Jr. Steven Sims Jr. is just a playmaker. We can line him up in the backfield. We can line him up in the slot. We can line him up. We can put him back there and kick return and punt return, and he'll make it happen. I know you guys remember that play against the Patriots where he ran a jet sweep and ran into the house for a touchdown, and then we put him back there versus the Lions, and he ran a touchdown. So it's just like, for the kick return, and he ran a touchdown. It's just like this guy's just a playmaker, and I'm so glad we have him on our team. That's the second player that I could see having a breakout season in 2020. Once again, it could possibly be more players, but I had to narrow it down just to 3. The last player I'm going to talk about here is Darius Geist. Darius Geist is going to be a monster. I can see it already. Probably 1,000 yard season if he can stay healthy. The guy is just nasty. The guy is a monster if he can stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's the big if. The running backs coach Randy Johnson already said that he's seen the appetizer, but now he wants the steak. Everybody's seen the appetizer. Darius Geist is really a good running back, but in order to get the steak, he has to stay on the field. We know Darius Geist has the potential to be a top 10 running back in this league. I believe that if he stays healthy, he can be very well up there with the Saquon Barkleys and the Ezekiel Elliott's of the world. So, with that being said, Darius Geist is really going to have a breakout season if he can stay healthy. The offensive line isn't the best, but it's better than what we thought it was going to be, honestly. But as long as the offensive line can create them holes and he could be able to get through them holes right and he run, then he's really going to be good. Darius Geist, I can see him easily having over 1,000 yards this season if he can stay healthy. That's just a big if, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, Darius Geist is very well on his way to being a top running back in this league. I mean, we've seen flashes. The games versus the Jets when he ran a screen for a touchdown. Games versus the Panthers where he just mauled the Panthers. Some say he got Ron Rivera fired. So he showed flashes. It's just if he can stay on the field. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy how every play that he got hurt, he had a big play. Last year when he tore his ACL, it was a big run. Week 1 where he got hurt versus Philly, it was a big run. Then when we played the Packers, he got hurt, it was a big run. So it's crazy how he gets hurt on big runs, you know what I'm saying? In all those games, it's like he shows flashes. I really love Darius Geist's running game and running style. He's like a bulldozing running back. He's like a Marshawn Lynch, a guy that initiate contact, you know what I'm saying? We don't really have that many running backs in this league anymore that's really a bulldozer. Darius Geist is a few of the very few that's left. So with that being said, it's been boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, hello to the Washington football team. Let me know who y'all feel as though that's going to have a breakout year in 2020. Let me know. I really want to see, because I know a lot of people's list is going to be different than mine. So let me know who y'all think is going to break out in 2020. And maybe I'll make a part 2 because I know I couldn't fit everybody on this list. Like this video if you want a defensive one, and I'll bring it to you guys. As always, me boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, hello to the Washington football team. I'm out. And don't forget to enter that giveaway. Peace.